All right. Would you please introduce yourself?
Me, who I am.
Yeah, who you are?
I'm In-Seong, player from Europe. Stayed in Europe about 8 years. Before that, I'm an ex-Insei, and I went entered to the Yunguesng University student and work as a TV commentator in Korea. And that's it. I'm now living in Europe, France, and teaching as a full-time co-teacher.
All right. Cool. Cool. And as I understand it, you have an online school. Can you explain about what is that and how you came about creating the school? A little bit of history about it.
It was about 2 years ago that I started from Swiss. At the time, I became the Swiss Go Federation teacher from the Swiss Go Federation. So that's why I started this online program to teach Go to Swiss people. But after about 1 year, I opened it to all the European players. It started with only 16 people, but now it is about 140 members, European and also the American.
So it's the online Yunguesng school.
Yes.
So what made you decide to name it Yunguesng?
It is. There are two reasons. The first reason is that the Yunguesng program, the league system, is directly adapted from the real Yunguesng system in Korea. And I adjust a bit to adapt for European players. Anyway, basically the same. The system was same from the real Yunguesng system. And the second is that the people who join in this program, they really try to improve their strengths, and I teach intensely. So it is, we study Go as much as Yunguesng, real Yunguesng in Korea. That's why I named it. And then
Okay.
people study intensely.
I see. So a little bit of information about the school. So how much does it cost, and what do you get out of it?
The cost, it is okay. Two costs. One is for American version. It's 330 euro dollar per 3 months. It's one season. In that one season, you can get 15 game reviews and 9 lectures, and you can watch all the recorded lesson videos. It is about 120 lectures and many review videos. And after passing one season, I give a report, which is the personal report that I analyze people's game in 11 parts, like opening, end game, middle game, reading, strategical part, technical part, things like that. So I let young members understand their game more, so they can study, write things, and become strong.
I see.
That's the program.
All right, cool. So after how long has it been running, and what are some ups and downs that you've had about the school? So what are some things? For example, have you had any problems or any surprising success stories? Anything like that?
Yeah, it started from about 4 years ago, the European Yunguesng Dojo, and then I start making the American one about 1.5 years ago. Yeah, it started with only 16 people, but after I advertised a lot in Europe, it increased to 100 members. In fact, I didn't expect it. It is running in every night. I just did it just one day per week, but nowadays I'm using 4 days, 4 nights, and in fact, for the European version, I got more than the limited participants now. I decided to have only 72 members, but now I got about 85 members, so I cannot include some of them. But for the American version, it is still open, so I'm thinking to have more people.
All right, cool, cool. Now, for you, those of you in the back, as I understand, all of you are his students in the school, correct?
Yeah.
Starting from this side, would you mind introducing yourself and how long you've been in the school?
My name is Brian Kirby. I've been in the school since the first season. Near the end of the first season, someone stopped and I joined after them for the third month. And since that time, I've been participating. I guess it's probably been like a year and a half, maybe?
Yep.
Something like that. That was what the first.
One of the first members of American Dojo.
And you?
I'm Mark Fraser, and I studied for one season, and I have a lot to learn, but he's a very, very good teacher, and I especially love that everything's recorded, because in my schedule, so I couldn't always make it live, but everything's recorded, and that's really, really what I like about it.
I'm Bob Gilman. I joined about 6 months ago, 2 seasons, and it's been very helpful.
John Hogan. I've only been in 1 season, and it's been very helpful to me. I haven't played Go in a while, and his lectures and his reviews help me improve. And like Mark, I appreciate the fact that they're recorded so I can go back over the lectures to brush up on anything that might have gotten a little rusty.
And another question for you guys. What do you personally think about the school? Did you find it very helpful? Were there some things you liked, some things you didn't like? And overall, after being in the school, do you think it really helped your career? Would you recommend it to other people?
So in my case, I think that when I started at the Yunguesng program, I try to study a lot with books, but I don't play a lot of games. So as a result, I think that my game is kind of unstable. Sometimes I do well, and sometimes I do crazy moves, things like that. I think with In-Seong's approach, he has very organized lectures, so I think that I've been playing a lot. I play the game like every week, so it's like a serious game with the Yunguesng program. So my game has become more organized for that reason, and so I think that the reviews and things are very helpful. So I really like those aspects. I think that one thing that's particularly useful is when you read books, there are a lot of information about the proper way to play or from high-level players, but there are probably hundreds or maybe thousands of reviews of Q players and people that make mistakes, situations that they don't talk about in books. So you can find those kind of things out from the Insei Dojo. And I wouldn't really say that there's anything that I would say to improve about the program, but I would say for my own career, I think In-Seong, I think he said in another lecture, he'll provide the way for you to go, but you still have to walk yourself. So I think that maybe I should study more for my own career, but I think that In-Seong has given me enough resources, enough food to try to grow from that. And so I would definitely recommend it to other students.
Yeah, that's the main thing. Is it's really tailored towards your strengths, your weaknesses. He knows my strengths and really what I need to work on. So I have a path that I need to follow, and I don't have any complaints. It's a very well designed program, and I've won the first 2 rounds of the U.S. Open so far. So I think that's saying something.
You won 2 games.
Yeah, I also won 2 games. 2-0.
Sorry, 1-1.
Bob Gilman, the opportunity to play in the league, you have a serious game each week, and then to have that game commented, particularly very always pointing out when things I've done right, but also things I've done wrong. There's unfortunately more repetition in the areas than I would like, but the thing I found wrong was I didn't start so soon.
What I liked about it, again, was the fact that I got to play a serious game at least once a week. The reviews were tailored to my level, which I thought was the best. But not only did he tell me things that I needed to fix, but he also told me the things that I did right, which I like to hear. I should have reviewed his lectures before my game. Today, I've only played 1 game so far, but that's my problem, not his. I think the school is fantastic for growing. He already knows after 1 season, he knows my playing style. We reviewed my game, and I was black. He knew exactly how I opened. So I think it's a very personal and very tailored person. That's what I like. And I will echo the only downside I have to it is I should have started this 1.5 years ago.
Could I add something to that? I think that also being a Yunguesng can give you some sort of confidence. So you research some things. In-Seong has talked about in these lectures. When you're playing in the game in a tournament, you have some sort of psychological advantage because you think that In-Seong taught me this, and I know how to deal with these situations. And maybe when you're just studying by yourself alone, you might not have that confidence unless you're a very prideful person, I guess.
Another question for you guys is what levels do you recommend for it? What's your level Did you think it's good for your level? And what other levels have you seen get a lot out of it? And what would you recommend you be if you go into the school?
I'm around 1 dan on KGS. I think In-Seong, I mean, there are people that are up to 4 or 5 dan in the European Dojo, I think, that seem to enjoy the league. I think what In-Seong teaches are kind of principles that are applicable to many levels. So I think the differences in strength are maybe like reading ability or reading power, things like that will differentiate that. But I think the things that he's teaching are useful to many levels. So I would say that if you're interested in learning Nugo theory and having this kind of confidence, that you should at least try it out. Or they have the spectator option as well. You could just watch and see if it's something that suits you. There's also a YouTube channel, so you could see this.
Before moving on, do you mind explaining what the spectator is to the viewers?
Spectator.
The spectator option for your school?
It is because it is quite intense program. That if you join it, then you should play games and get reviews and study a lot. So instead of this one, and also we have some limited spots. Instead of playing games, you can just join as a spectator, which is following ongoing lessons and also watching the recorded lesson videos. So you can just don't play, but joining all the progress, all the reviews and lectures and other programs.
And they have access to the video library as well?
Yes, I
What is the prices for the spectator?
For spectator, it is $120 for 3 months.
For 3 months?
Like $40 per month. I think it is quite
Quite reasonable.
a reasonable price to join.
Cool.
You were asking about the levels. This last season, there were, in the American system, there were 6 separate leagues with 5 players each. So the players are grouped by level to a great extent. And I think about 17 was about the weakest.
Yes, but normally I teach from 12Q to 4, 5 down level. In AJ, maybe 6 down level also possible. And when I review, I adapt it to players. So when I teach strong players, I show the deep reading and what they should read, and also to focus on giving a lot of pressure to opponent, because many of the low or mid down players doesn't have that ability. So I focus on that. And when I teach the low Q players, I don't teach much about the pressures and deep reading things, because it is not really not really possible to adapt it. So that's why instead of this one, I often teach basics and the proper ways. I feel that if they know how to play properly, they can do it. But many of who players, they study themselves, so they don't know what the proper way is. So I'd like to put them on the right road so they can run.
Cool. So another thing I want to ask is the weekly schedule. How often are the players expected to meet? When do they meet? What are the times they meet?
There are 3 lectures per month, and lectures are on Monday, 9 p.m. CST, Central Standard Time. And
This is for the American or the European or both?
American. I'm talking about American. And for European, it is again Monday, ECT, European Standard Time. And for the European League, the leagues are running on Tuesday to Fridays, all the nights. Tuesday is strong 3 leagues, and then next 3, and then the Friday is the weakest 3 leagues. And for the American League, because there are only 6 leagues, I run in 2 days, which is Tuesday for strong 3 leagues, and Thursday bottom 3 leagues. And that games are playing on 8 o'clock on European version, European Standard Time, and American version is Central Standard Time. And at 10 o'clock in the night, I review the games. But I cannot review all the games, so I review about half of the game, which is about 4 or 5 games, and the rest I review by additional reviews. So I upload later so people can watch it.
So there are going to be some people that are going to ask, they may not be able to make the specific lecture times or game times. What would you say to these people that say they have their schedule's too busy to attend live?
That is the reason why we have a recording system. They don't really need to join at that time. And even if they have some regular schedule, for example, the local Go club meeting is on Thursday, and I need to play on Thursday. In that case, there is a white admin. There's the admin. She helps to reschedule the games. Sometimes there are some busy things came up, and you need to change games quite early. In that case, people contact admin, and then admin contact to opponent by mobile, cell phone, and then give some message that they can reschedule the game. So it is working pretty well. But, most of online schools, they cannot run all the games, but in our school, it's more than 90-95% of the games are ongoing and they play the game. In case they cannot play their game, one of their games, because opponent was too busy or just don't play, then I play with them instead. The simultaneous game and review the games. So 100% guaranteed that they will get the benefit from the program.
All right, cool. So now that we've asked that, what do you think about the students? Are you like really happy, thrilled that they've?
We should ask too. People said that I'm too direct when I say something, when I comment games. For example, I recommend to some players that they are quite aggressive players on the board. So I ask them, don't do anything before 50 moves. If you try something, gets wrong. So don't do anything, just play normal moves, and then I have to release your instinct and do it like a beast, you know. That kind of thing. And when people just play to mind, don't try to attack. And then I said that it is good move, but not good enough. That you can stay. If you play like that, you can stay in this strength, but you cannot improve. Something like that. I give some words that maybe don't want to listen, but I feel that it helps for them to become stronger. But in fact, you don't need to become stronger. You can still enjoy this game. But I like to make my students stronger because I believe that if you become stronger, then you can see more, which is behind of Goban. And if you can see more, then you can enjoy this game more. So that's why I would like to make them enjoy more. I try hard. Sometimes I'm third, in reviewing games, but I say some direct words to let them become stronger, therefore enjoying the game.
It's cool. So what are your goals from the school, and what are your hopes for the future?
What's for the future? I would like to run this program like this for a long time. I don't want to make this like 5 years and finish or something. I would like to make it like, I don't know, 20, 30 years. That maybe my son later can join this program like this. And I really would like to let people enjoy Go more. That is the reason why I teach Go. And I'm really happy when I tell something what they don't know. And after I say something they got to know, and finally they apply in their games. And this is the moment that I really enjoy. When I hear the story that some people sent me a message that I got very good result in this tournament, so thank you, and I really enjoy this game more. If I got this kind of message, I really feel happy and motivated more that I to teach more.
Cool. So I guess, do you have any last comments that you would like to say to the viewers?
Last comments. Well, yeah. If you really would like to become stronger, or at least you want to enjoy this game more, then please at least visit Yunguesng Dojo and check the sample lectures and check how it is going. And I'm sure that I can help you to make this game enjoyable.
And do you guys have any last comments you would like to say?
It's a fantastic program. Highly recommend it.
All I can say is I had one season and I'm signing up for second season.
Sign up after watching this video.
Yeah, all right. Well, thanks for that. And for the viewers watching, there will be a link in the description below to the Yunguesng Dojo for the American and the European link. And yeah, well, thank you guys for participating in this interview, and hope to see you around more on the internet.
Thank you, Sean.